Hello and welcome to Genevora's running commentary number 11. Now I'm actually out for a run at the moment, brought my stuff with me to take a film. Isn't it beautiful here? My little chat today is going to revisit what I talked about in number 1. And in number 1, I said if you think something might be holding or might be gripping, might be getting in the way, just wiggle it, move it around. How else can moving help our learning process? A couple of ideas. One idea is if you've got somebody who's a real fidget, you might have a kid who just can't keep still and fidgeting and pulling at their clothes and quite distracting. If you tell them to keep still, then they freeze. The brain will freeze, everything will freeze, and it's just counterproductive. So what I do is, in my pocket here, I've got my fidget stone. It's just a little polished stone. And I give it to the person and I say, turn it over and over and over in your hand. You must keep it moving, right? So they put their hand down by the side and they keep that stone moving and moving and moving. And after a while, all of their fidgeting gets focused on the stone. What you can then do is you can gradually wean them off. So they then go to doing this with their fingers and then a little squeeze. And they've focused that desire to move and to have that tactile sensatory feedback. And they've got it managed down to something they can do whilst performing. Another thing about moving is, of course, that it helps us learn. The pathways in our brain that do the motor pathways for our voice are next to the motor pathways for our limbs. They've evolved in parallel, next to each other. So moving one will help the other. So if you want to learn, actually moving your limbs around is going to help you learn. When we sing, when we practice, when we're in a lesson, we want to move around. Do it. It's really helpful. And another thing you can do that will really help is to embed what you have learned. You go out for a walk or a run and think about it while you're doing it. I'm going back to my run now.